What is cybersecurity risk management? Cybersecurity risk management is an ongoing process of identifying, analyzing, evaluating, and addressing your organization's cybersecurity threats. Cybersecurity risk management isn't simply the job of the security team. Everyone in the organization has a role to play. Often siloed, employees and business unit leaders view risk management from their business function. Regrettably, they lack the holistic perspective necessary to address risk in a comprehensive and consistent manner. Some key risk management action components all organizations must keep in mind. Development of robust policies and tools to assess vendor risk. Identification of emergent risks, such as new regulations with business impact. Identification of internal weaknesses such as lack of two-factor authentication. Mitigation of IT risks, possibly through training programs or new policies and internal controls. Testing of the overall security posture. Documentation of vendor risk management and security for regulatory examinations or to appease prospective customers. The cybersecurity risk management process. When it comes to managing risk, organizations generally follow a four-step process beginning with identifying risk. Next, risk is assessed based on the likelihood of threats exploiting vulnerabilities and the potential impact. Risks are prioritized, with organizations choosing from a variety of mitigation strategies. The fourth step, monitoring, is structured to risk response and controls current despite a continually shifting environment. The good news for organizations looking to assess their risk level is that plenty of help is available. The National Institute of Standards created a third-party risk management framework known as NIST Special Publication 800-30 to guide Federal Information Systems risk assessments. The 800-30 framework expands on the instruction of Special Publication 800-39. It is closely related to Special Publication 800-53, another third-party risk management framework that provides a catalog of security and privacy controls for federal information systems. Though NIST SP 800-30 isn't mandatory in the private sector, it provides a helpful guide for all organizations assessing risk. Let's explore each step of the cybersecurity risk management process in more detail to develop a plan. Identify cybersecurity risks. Gartner defines IT risk as the potential for an unplanned, negative business outcome involving the failure or misuse of IT. In other words, what are the odds of an existing threat exploiting a vulnerability, and, if so, how dire would the consequences be? Risk identification is the first step in the management process. Modern security teams have their hands full with the growth of IT systems, the explosion of regulations, and the complications of COVID creating potential risks around every corner. When you're looking to identify risk, you must start by understanding threats, vulnerabilities, and the consequences of their convergence. Threats are circumstances or events with the potential to negatively affect an organization's operations or assets through unauthorized access of information systems. Threats can manifest everywhere, in the form of hostile attacks, human errors, structural or configuration failures, and even natural disasters. Vulnerabilities can be defined as weaknesses in an information system, security procedure, internal control, or implementation that can be exploited by a threat source. Often the result of inadequate internal functions like security. Vulnerabilities can also be found externally in supply chains or vendor relationships. Consequences can best be defined as the adverse results that occur when threats exploit vulnerabilities. Their impact measures the severity of consequences, and your organization will need to estimate such costs when attempting to assess risk. Keep in mind that these costs usually come from lost or destroyed information, which can be a significant business setback for any organization. Assess cybersecurity risks. Risk assessments provide an excellent opportunity to emphasize the importance of security across your organization. Assessing risk allows your team to practice communication and cooperation to play a critical role in future risk management. What is your organization's level of risk? Assessment is the all-important step when that answer becomes clear. Start by naming all assets and prioritizing their importance. Second, identify all possible threats and vulnerabilities in your environment. At this point, address all known vulnerabilities with appropriate controls. Next, Attempt to determine the likelihood of a threat event occurring and conduct an impact analysis to estimate its potential consequences and cost impact. Your resulting risk determination will serve as a guide to inform risk management decisions and risk response measures moving forward.